Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, can you hear us? Can you see us? Hey everyone, please, whenever you join, tell us whether you can see us, whether you can hear us. Yes, I see. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, both. Awesome, awesome, awesome. While you're joining, please tell us hi from your location. So hi from London, hi from New York City, hi from Kyiv, hi from Toronto, hi from Chicago, hey, hi from US, London, Izmir, Boston, Kyiv. Wow. Oh my God. Zimbabwe. Like, I really love the fact that so many people from all around the world are joining all together to just watch how to fix the problems with deliverability, how to avoid spam. And today we're going to spend all together, like, 40, 45, 50 minutes to figure this out. So awesome, awesome, awesome. By the way, Kate, how are you today?
I'm just perfect. Drinking another cup of, I don't know, water for me because I'm full with I consist of coffee. So that's it for me today. Just water. I'm based in Kiev, and I see some folks are from Kiev as well. So, anyways, nice to have you here, everyone. I see that a lot of you are here, and even I see a lot of familiar faces. Hi, lot. Lily. Yeah.
One
How
more
are
thing.
you today?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. By the way, guys, if you have any questions, and I'm pretty sure you probably might have any during the presentation, during the webinar, please use the Q&A section to ask all of your questions. We'll try to cover all the questions that you have during the webinar and after the main part of the webinar during the Q&A block. So please ask any questions in the Q&A section. Let's use chat for just engaging, interacting, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. One more thing, please. I do really want us to take such an opportunity because we have a lot of people here today, live and online. And I want us all not just only get amazing information from hey, from Indonesia, hi. Not only just to get some cool information from that Kate prepared today, but also let's network together. So please, let's use the chat right now and share your LinkedIn profiles. Tell who you are. Let's all connect. This is my LinkedIn profile. I'm gonna send Kate's LinkedIn profile as well. And let's here is yes. That was my LinkedIn profile. Here's the Kate's LinkedIn profile. So please, let's just network all together. Let's just remember this moment because we can always find potential clients, potential partners, just network all together. And that might be really, really cool. So let's do that all together. Let's go and connect with all of those people who are sharing the links in the chat. So let's do that all together. And I am pretty sure that we can start. Kate, can you please share, like, whether you can share your screen? Like, do you have such an opportunity to share the screen?
I can. I totally can, but I'm fine if you are one, so no worries here.
Yeah, okay.
Would
So
it work for
yeah, one more thing. If you feel any glitches or any problems with the sound, with the voice, with the video, with the presentation, whatever, please tell us in the chat. We'll try to fix it as yeah, it just feels like Kate's voice is a little bit bugging, but I hope that everything will be fine during the presentation. So I hope that we will not
one,
have.
1 2 1 2 sound check?
Yeah,
Is
a bit
it? Is
better.
it still
Yeah,
doing that?
yeah, a bit better.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, so
Okay,
as like,
okay.
and please,
I'll check.
one more thing, please, whenever you share your own LinkedIn profiles, don't send it to only host and panelists because it's only us who see that. But let's send it to literally everyone. Just choose that everyone in the chat to share your LinkedIn profile because now I see the Trent shared the LinkedIn profile. Pretty awesome. Like I'll be happy to connect with you, but it's only me who's seeing that. So please, just yeah. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I see that so many people are sharing their LinkedIn profile, and I'm happy about that. So, Kate, are you okay if I start shared my screen with my part presentation, and then we switch to you? And okay,
I'm totally okay. Let's do that.
just give me a second and boop, boop, boop. Let me know if you can see my screen right now. Please tell me in the chat, yes or no, whether you can see my screen, Y or N, like yes, 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 yes. I guess everyone can see that. So awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's go. So today we have, like, the topic is pretty clear: how to fix the spam rate in your cold email outreach, and it's overall about the deliverability. Today we have amazing Kate, and Kate is from Folderly, the company that is actually fixing deliverability problems and actually helping with that. And Kate has so much information to share with you. But let me start with that. Like, we all need to know that cold email deliverability is the key for your lead generation success, because the answer is, like, the reason is pretty simple. It makes no sense for you to invest into personalization, into the research, into the CRM integration, into the follow-up systems, and so on and so forth, if your emails are going to spam, because nobody replies from the spam folders, like, really, because, like, really, that is true. You know that, everyone knows that. If your emails are landed into the spam folder, that means that you definitely lost the opportunity, like, definitely, 100%. And we always knew that. So it's nothing new, right? But the real problem is that during the recent times, during the last few weeks, we had even more problems with the spam right now. Because, like, you probably already saw that notification, those posts on LinkedIn, you probably already saw that by yourself, that Google is trying to kill open tracking. So right now, if you're sending cold emails and trying to track opens, so like who opened your emails, your users, your potential clients, your contacts will probably see such a notification that, oh my God, there are some images in the email here and there, and you can either show the image or report it as a spam. So you might think that this is a really bad situation for cold email deliverability, and this is true. Like, this is really true. If you're tracking your cold email open rate right now, probably the level of the spam rate, like, that you have is going up and up. And the reason for that is that more and more people right now have this button, report spam, easily can do that. Because back in the days, whenever you send cold emails and try to track opens, the worst case situation is that people ignore you. Probably the worst case, when people go in the settings, 3 dots, report it as a spam. But a lot of people just ignore that, right? They just archive the emails and so on and so forth. Now the situation is way worse because people can click report spam. And you know what? Like, probably you can fix that by just doing by just disabling the open tracking. Now you will not know your open rates and so on and so forth. And this is the right thing to do. Just don't do that. Like, don't track opens. But how this technically works, so let me just tell you for sure, like, so you understand the, like, why we're all serious about cold email deliverability here. And the thing is that in order to track open rates or whatever, like, all the email marketing tools, all the sales dimension tools, all the email tracking tools are using the same technique. They are actually injecting a small invisible 1-1 pixel that is actually the image, and whenever people open the email, this image triggers and shows that this person actually opened the email. And every single solution uses the same technique, every single one. And even though this image is invisible, you cannot see that, like, as a user, as just the person who's using Gmail or like whatever, you cannot see them. That is true. But technically, Google and other email providers can easily detect whether you have this image or not. So now Google tries to, show all these huge banners, report this as spam, and so on and so forth, right? So this is the actual problem that is happening right now. So you cannot see who opened your emails. And why this is actually the real problem. And you probably already saw that so many times, but the real the real thing is that even though the open tracking was not like the most accurate metric, you could not really rely on that. But that was a good signal for you that something is happening with your deliverability, because there is a correlation, or it's better to say there was a correlation between the open rate and your deliverability and your delivery rate. Because like, imagine the situation when you send cold emails again and again. 1 month you have 65% open rate, next month you have 63% open rate, next month you have 70% open rate, which is totally fine. You're doing the same thing as you did before. But the fourth month, like the next month, your open rate goes down to 40% or 35%. And you may, like, you cannot say that it was just because we use like a different subject line. No, probably there is the real reason why your open tracking or open rate went down was the actual problems with your deliverability. And that was the perfect moment for you to catch that moment. Okay, catch this point on the timeline that, oh, I do have some problems with deliverability. I need to go and fix that. I need to go and revisit my my email deliverability, my email setup, and so on and so forth. Now you don't have that. That is why you actually need to do two things. And this is why it's becoming way more important to do two things. The first thing, you actually cannot just fix deliverability problems in the future when you have those problems, because sometimes you cannot really detect that you have those problems. So you need to be careful, and you need to really carefully take a look at your deliverability from day zero. Whether you have the right SPF DKIM, whether you did the right things here and there, what is your spam rate in terms of the spam words that you're using, and so on and so forth. And Kate is going to talk about that so much in like during the next 20 to 30 minutes. But the second thing is that now you actually have to use extra monitoring systems that will show you whether something is going great or whether something is going bad with durability, because you cannot just rely on open tracking anymore, an open metric on open rate anymore. So that is why we know that, you know, durability becoming a big thing. So we decided to write different guides. Like we have a huge guide about monitoring, we have a huge guide about deliverability. We started doing some webinars with people from this from A-level players in this specific topic, from experts in cold email deliverability. Like last week we had a webinar with reply.io where they analyzed 50 million different cold emails to try to find the patterns that usually spammers do, and show the insights about, okay, what's going great and what's going bad and what you should do, and so on and so forth, based on their data. And today we decided to talk to Kate from Folderly. And Kate is an amazing expert when it comes to cold email deliverability. And overall, Folderly as the team, they're building like several tools to help you and the rest of the people find, fix, and actually monitor their deliverability. And Kate has prepared like a really amazing information for you and really amazing content for you. So Kate, I guess that the next slide is for you. So probably it's better if you share your screen, right?
Sure. Yeah, is that okay if you share, right?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine for me.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Ilya, by the way, for the intro and for all the information that you have just brought on the table. I guess the stage is mine. By the way, I see some of the people are asking questions. Do we have a separate Q&A session later on, right? Or Ilya, how do you think?
Yes,
Or do
so
you...
please, if you have any questions, just ask them in the Q&A section. Please do that. So we'll not be able to even miss that. So we'll try to cover all of those things. But I will try to handle all of the questions that you have in the chat right now while you're while you're speaking. And the thing is that, again, have questions, go to Q&A. We'll cover everything there. So let's probably start.
Yeah, let's do that. I hope my voice isn't interrupted by anything. I have just fixed on my side. Hope that works. Please let me know if it doesn't. It's fine now. Okay, Zahib,
Please,
thanks.
the
So,
chat. Sorry,
Yeah.
the chat. Tell us right now in the chat whether you can hear Kate perfectly. Just say yes or no. Okay, just plus or minus or something, because at the very beginning we have some issues with the. Okay, now it's awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Thanks a lot, everyone. So let's.
Okay, let's start then. So, yeah, as Ilya mentioned, I'm Kate, a sales team lead at the deliverability company called Foldily. Today, we're going to discuss a critically important aspect of email marketing, which is called warm up or inbox warming. Internally at Foldily, we'll also call it a reputation building or reputation recovery process, which is actually the same. So I'm here to share some effective strategies, not just, hypothetical strategies that has been working some time before, but they don't work right now, but just effective strategies that can actually significantly improve the deliverability of your emails. So companies are often coming to Foldily with the same, more or less similar requests. Their email deliverability worsening, rates are going down. When I say rates, I mean open rates and reply rates, and spam rates are increasing. This is the main problem of, I guess, like 80% of all the customers. So the problem is that they believe that they addressed all the causes. They have warm up, they monitor matrix, they use platforms to automate their outreach or their real sendouts. However, the devil is in the details. And as we may know, deliverability is a pretty complex issue. So like each of the elements needs to be thoroughly examined and fixed in order to get the best results. And sometimes, these elements are not very obvious even to some of the users. So in reality, after we examine the problem, it turns out that SPF record, for example, is missing. It's not there, or it's incorrect. And as we know, DNS settings, they serve as the basis of each customer's email sending. So after that, we understand that the warm-up platform that each customer has doesn't give the desired result because it doesn't have top-tier warm-up. We'll cover these during our session today together with Ilya also. So for example, those warm-up tools, they can send to free ESPs and only, for example, 50 or 70% of all the outgoing emails from these platforms, I mean warm-up platforms, are getting positively engaged. That is marked as spam, important, positively responded, and moved from spam and promo to their main inbox. So the platform that they use in a lot of cases, they don't have the necessary at least 200 seconds gap between sendouts. They sometimes also measure matrix with just irrelevant tools. And these tools, they often, I would say, don't reflect the real situation. So what we did at Foldily, we created our own ecosystem, entire Foldily ecosystem, to cover each of these elements and to ensure that each of these elements performs at the highest level possible. So the Foldily platform, for example, with the best-in-class warm-up that on the market and all the necessary features. Then when it comes to Inbox Insights, another tool of ours for monitoring indicators and detecting the problems themselves, and the Pulse for proactive notification just in case if something goes wrong. For example, you'll get a notification, or each customer so far gets notification just in case if he starts landing in spam or promo folder. So the notification goes via webhook, Slack, SMS. So that comes very handy. So the first one, you see the name of the services, right? I'm going to talk about the email deliverability checklist, your best monitoring strategy. So how it usually perform, or how any customer of ours usually perform this. I'll start from this point. You may know, I see like some of the familiar faces, as I said, and I know that a lot of you guys are familiar with the best strategies and with the latest Google and Yahoo updates. So we need to understand that Google and other ESPs, they fortunately or unfortunately, they analyzes the behavior of spammers. What these spammers do, they send many emails, they buy cheap domains, they create numerous mailboxes, and so on and so forth. So if you repeat the pattern of spammers, you start getting blocked. These guys, I mean, Yahoo and Google, they're not so stupid as we want them to be, unfortunately, again. So to avoid being blocked, you need to move away from these patterns, from spammer patterns, as much as possible, and to imitate real people's engagement, to imitate real sending from real people. This is how it works. So what you need to do, you need to open a browser, you need to maintain gap between sendouts, so on and so forth. What a non-spammer does, so they send not a lot of emails, right? They send few emails. They scale gradually. They receive positive reactions to all of these emails, or at least to, I don't know, 80% of them, for example. So here is the best monitoring strategy, how to look at the deliverability data, a checklist. First of all, Inbox Insights tool. It needs to identify a real problem. So measure how different your email templates are performing, because you can have, for example, one mailbox with different email templates. Each email template can have different score. So the one can have, for example, too many links or too many spam words or too many triggers or elements that trigger spam filters. It depends. After that, you need to check for DNS setup issues, like missing records. For example, we all understand that there are a lot of disputes regarding the BIMI, but if we're taking into consideration, for example, RDNS or SPF record, all of these are crucial, right? So you need to check this because, again, it makes you trusted sender identity. It's like a passport for a human, but a number of records for your domain. Then verify your inbox placement rate. You need to understand how many of your emails are landing consistently in inboxes of different ESPs. Easy. Then solving problems that has been identified by the Inbox Insights, but using Foldly. This is another tool. So you understood, for example, the scope of issues or the scopes of problem, the DNS record missing too many spam words or too many elements that trigger spam filters, this and that. So in order to build the reputation for each of these elements, you need to have the best-in-class warm-up. So you can use, for example, Foldly, right? Then maintain good health of emails and domain. You need to check spam words and templates for spam trigger. And I would add that one of the crucial elements that not a lot of warm-up companies right now are focusing on is to warm up clients' templates. Not to have on these platforms their own templates or just random templates, because it also affects customers' deliverability as a result. And the third one, the last one, product called Pulse. Very easy to set up, requires no action on the platform. So you just set a threshold for inbox placement. I usually set it around 90% of inbox placement rate. And if this rate goes below this threshold, you'll get a notification via webhook, Slack, or SMS that, okay, Kate, you have a problem. You start landing in the spam or promo folder. Do something about that. So I no longer need to monitor each of these stuff.
By the way, when it comes to this proactive monitoring, I do really love this this functionality. Actually, we also create like an amazing guide about that. So you just go and check it out. So it's basically a free tool. Oh, sorry, not the right link. Here's the right link. So actually, this will. I hope that the link is working. So
yeah,
that you just connected one time, and then it shows you like if everything is good with your deliverability, like you will not get any notifications. But if your emails are going to spam and Pulse detects that, it will send you instant notifications on a daily basis. So I highly recommend to check it out. It's a free tool, so I'm really happy to share it with you guys as well. I use that.
Can you please go, click on the next slide? Yeah, guys, the slides are moving. I just have too much information to share with you. Sorry for that. I hope you're not going to be bored. We just have 25 more slides. I'm joking. So what is warm up? And again, I'm sure that a lot of you are aware about the warm-up process, how it usually works, what is the best warm-up strategy, what is not. But anyways, I'll give you my explanation, my own. So I'm a foodie. So I love restaurants, I love food. So this is the best metaphor for me. So think of the mailbox like a new restaurant in town. The warm-up process is like a soft opening strategy for this restaurant, the new one, right? Nobody knows it. It needs to like some time to build some reputation for this restaurant, right? So we start by inviting a few trusted food critics, sending emails to trusted addresses, the same, right? Then gradually we increase the number of dinners and expand our menu. This is more emails to more recipients, right? We grow exponentially. As positive reviews comes in, like good engagement with emails, marking them as important, removing from spam, saying, well, this is a very important email for me, the restaurant's reputation grows. Like obvious things. Over time, the restaurant becomes trusted, local favorite, like email saying or meaning that email providers recognize the mailbox as reliable one. The goal of the warm-up process is to establish a good reputation for your mailboxes, domains, IP, and as I previously said, for the templates that you send. This is very important. And it's very similar to like building trust in real life, right? So it takes time, consistent good behavior. By warming up gradually, we show email providers that you're a legitimate sender. You're not a spammer. You're not someone no one knows about. Your emails are not getting blocked. They are not removed to trash, but vice versa. So this improves your email deliverability, ensuring more of your emails reach the inbox instead of landing in spam folder. But again, very important moment, because I hear a lot of customers coming to our like meetings saying, okay, I just want a warm up. Warm up is not enough. Warm up, maybe it has been working for some time, quite a time, couple of years ago, but as a standalone product, it does not work anymore. So in order to fix the deliverability on the highest level, you need to fix each of the elements of the deliverability. Can you please go to the next slide, Ilya?
Yeah, so guys, we probably already heard about warm up overall as a system. Like this is the moment when you send emails to other people and they automatically mark it as not spam, and they engage with those emails, open reply to you, and so on and so forth. And overall, they try to put it as and mark it as important email and so on and so forth. And this is just the normal work of the warm up. And in reality, when it comes to the warm up, the most important part of the warm up is not just the actions that others are doing, like whenever you send email and you want others engage with your emails, open it, and so on and so forth. But the next thing, that is also like extremely important, is how good those who opened your emails, how good those who actually replied, how good those mailboxes and domains who actually engage with your warm-up emails. Because in reality, imagine that if you're sending warm-up emails to 100 spammers and they all reply to you and they all mark it as not spam, like would it be a really great, reason for Google to mark you as not a spammer, as a healthy user? Usually not. So when it comes to warm up, in reality, you always need to consider what is the pool of the people or mailboxes that you are going to send your emails to. Because if you're sending it to emails who already saw and like already received millions of emails, marked every single email as not a spam, engaged with all of those emails, and they're actually by default spammers. For Google, it's not a big deal. I mean, like in reality, if you go and try any warm-up solutions on the market, the idea is the same. You send it to their users, to other people who try to also warm up their email accounts, and they are probably spammers. So if you get the engagement from spammers, that's usually caused like as a biased opinion and a biased action. So Google usually not actually like saying that you're probably a good health user. And that is why probably we decided to talk to Kate, because Kate is actually providing, and the whole follower team is actually providing the next level of warm-up. And this is a pretty interesting moment. Like, what is the actual difference between the normal warm-up that is probably somehow working, but just because the pool of those mailboxes is not really trusted by Google and other email providers, and they're probably spammers, and it's not actually helping you. But this is the thing, like, it's just pretty interesting. Okay, what is the advanced way of a warm-up? Can you please share, Kate?
Sure, with a great pleasure. Thanks for the input, Ilya. So I'm always about to name Elijah. Does a lot of people
No, it's
tell
Ilya. No, it's
Elijah? Is it
no,
Ilya?
it's
Oh,
Ilya.
okay,
Never
perfect
like
then.
I
So,
had Elijah as my nickname on Reddit, but
okay, now I know. We all know. Now we all know. So yeah, comparing a regular warm-up to best-in-class or top-tier warm-up. So, for example, regular warm-up, you need this when you don't send any emails at all. You can afford this type of warm-up. Regular means a cheap one or free of charge, because it signalizes us that something is wrong with this kind of warm-up, right? Isn't it? So then if mailboxes will be inactive, at least for a while, I'm not sure, maybe some of your marketing directors, I don't know, left for the vacation, or you stopped sending for quite a time, or whatever happens. So it's totally better to have at least some warm-up than not at all. For example, if there's more than 2 or 3 months of inactivity from your side, or from company side, or from mailboxes side, you need a maintenance warm-up, even if it's not high quality, better than no warm-up. Talking about top-tier warm-up, for example, the one that we have on Foldly. When you want to start doing powerful email campaigns, when I say powerful, I mean at least 50 plus emails per day. If you see that currently there are no results or poor results, so you, for example, measured with any other tool that is trusted for you, and you see that, okay, something is going on in a wrong way. I'm having only 80% of inbox placement rate, or my customers often say that, well, I didn't receive your email. Well, maybe it landed in spam, some sort of that stuff. This way, if you have all the needed information in place, and you understand, well, I'm not sure what's going on, then of course you need top tier warm up, or better, a deliverability complex of issues, not just a warm up. We remember that warm ups doesn't work as a standalone. To check each of the elements of the deliverability separately from each other. So main idea, some warm-up is always better than no warm-up at all. But for serious email campaigns, or in situations when you're not sure what's going on, then you need to fix the deliverability on the highest level, including to have the best warm-up on the market. Can you please go to the next slide, Ilya? Thank you. Yeah. So this is the method. I'm sure that like a lot of you, if not to say all of you, will be surprised with the numbers, because this is what we are hearing each time on the meetings, that it's impossible, Kate, it's impossible to send up to 200 emails per day. We never did that. That burnt our email, or that ruins our reputation.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry,
Oh,
200
yeah.
emails per day from one mailbox. So
Just one mailbox.
just
Yeah.
not in total, because in total you can send 2, 3, and 5, and then some emails. That's definitely from one mailbox. And actually, like I'm a bit shocked with their approach of the folder approach, how they are approaching the limits and what they're actually doing. So yeah, Kate, can you please share that in more details?
Yeah, so we did some research. We asked for a couple of screenshots from our customers, because as you may know, open mailbox. I see. Because as you may know, we don't have any access to our customers' platforms that they use to automate their sendouts. So here's one of the screenshots. Our customers allowed to send up to 200 emails per day using just one mailbox. Can you guess why? Because of the top tier warm-up. Our warm-up that we have, why it is so different, and why in the result it affects these numbers. For the first, like to start with, it's better, or it's crucial to use a closed sender pool. We created our own infrastructure of the bots. These are not our customers' mailboxes, which, by the way, leads to at least data leakage. Instead of public services, we created our own infrastructure for sending emails. This gives us full control over the process and reduces just a lot of risks. Second thing, API method instead of SMTP method. Ilya, you can add some things right after this, because I'm sure you have just a lot of information. So this approach mimics the action of a real person when sending an email, when replying to your email, when marking them as important, and removing from spam and promotional folder. So this is a very successful approach, I would say, and this is what leads our customers to have at least 150 to 200 emails per day. So these users, what they do, they open their browsers, they log in into email, they create a message and have pausing between actions. So this method positively affects the sender's reputation. So the API method is much more secure and better for clients' results compared to SMTP. Ilya, can you please add what you wanted?
Yeah, so actually, like guys, I want all of us to understand like what we are talking about right now. So basically, in order to send cold emails, you are using the tools right now. It might be Instantly, Reply, Lemlist, Woodpecker, like whatever tool you're using to send cold emails. And actually, there are two ways for the tool to send emails on your behalf, right? So the first method, it's when you go and you allow the tool by going to your settings and saying, yes, the tool can use SMTP IMAP. Google doesn't know this tool. It's not verified. It's just the tool, just something that gets access because you let this access by going to the settings. And the second method, it's usually Google API. It's just a normal Google API. So whenever the vendor, like the provider, the cold email tool actually wants, it asks Google to give the ability to send cold emails on your behalf. So there are two cases. In one, the tool doesn't ask anything from Google. The second one, the tool asks Google the permission to send cold emails. And in reality, Google, for Google, the email, the sending cold emails and managing emails overall, it's a really big thing. So Google just don't give it to anyone, the access to API. Just this is true. And they usually go through the huge audit. They usually go and take a look at the vendor. They go to take a look at, okay, what's going on? How are you going to use that, this API and so on and so forth. So like we always knew that using Google API is way better than using SMTP and IMAP. But last week, whenever we had the webinar with reply.io, they actually revealed the data that like your deliverability rate goes 50% better if you're using API, Google API, instead of SMTP IMAP. And this is not only for sending cold emails, it's also for the warm-up. If the warm-up emails that you're sending to others by using SMTP IMAP and others are using SMTP IMAP method to reply to you, for Google, it's not really trusted zone. And if you're sending cold emails by using API and people reply to you using API as well, for Google, it's way more trusted way because it's the actual human interaction there. So yeah, that's why I really wanted. It's really complex thing, but it's really important to understand that API is way better than SMTP IMAP. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Ilya. Yeah, you are correct. And talking about the third thing, regular bots updates. Well, we compared us with a lot of different tools, and you will understand why exactly I'm talking about this. So senders on Foldly, they are updated on business ESPs. So since we send to our own infrastructure, not to our customers' mailboxes or to our colleagues' mailboxes, there is no risk of not replenishing the database. So we manage the process ourselves. Also, compared to other warm-up platforms that send to their customers emails, we the way that we have our own infrastructure, we avoid risks associated with the lack of new customers coming to Foldly, for example, right? Which could lead to sending to the same pool of senders, which is going to be also a little bit strange for any ESP, right? If you're engaging with the same pool of senders, that's going to be like, okay, he or she doesn't send to a new one and go get no replies and forwards, some sort of that stuff. Also, the database updates happen regularly. We change around 100 to 200 bots a day on two ESPs, G Suite and Microsoft Outlook. So this is the way the entire bot pool is updated within like a very short period of time. And for example, during the first month, our customers are sending to one pool of bots. The next month, this is going to be just another pool. So this is how it works. And while ESP, or like because of ESP analyzing this, they see different recipients positively engage with your emails, but not just the same pool. Then talking about the individual approach, which is very, very important. We need to remember that there is no one size fits all solution, right? Each situation is unique and it requires an individual approach. Yes, it's like labor intensive, but the results justify the efforts, right? Also, we need to keep up with trends. I'm sure that you have been subscribed to some Ilya's newsletters, some Foldly's maybe newsletters. You are on a pick, you understand what's going on in this field. But you need to understand that email marketing is constantly changing. You are aware about the latest G Suite or Google updates, Yahoo updates, right? For example, before February, that was one situation. Right now, it's a different situation. So you need to stay informed about the latest trends. For example, there were recent issues with pixels for tracking opens. Now the situation has been normalized, but that was a case, right, for us, and we needed to take some actions in order to fix this. Then the last thing is to pay attention to small details. They can make a big difference. With a lot of our customers, what we did, and you can also, actually implement the same for you. Instead of unsubscribe link, we tried using a text version or change the location of this message or of this sentence in the email. This is, I totally agree, this is a very small step, or, this is a very small element, but can significantly affect your deliverability. We can go to the next slide. Yeah, spam alert. Very interesting topic. This is, by the way, the feature that our customers love the most. Also, Ilya does. And also, I also use this one. So if we don't know what we don't know, we are flying blindly. If we just take a look at our numbers, for example, inbox placement rate, we understand that we only have 70% or 80% of inbox placement. But what should we do next? What's going on after we need this? We have this information. So here's the algorithm of actions when you identify that your emails are going to spam. First of all, the first thing, stop sending. Pretty obvious, right? Pause all the outreach campaigns for the of yours or your customers. It depends on your setup. Then we need to identify the spam trigger. What exactly caused this problem? Because without this, we're flying blindly. For example, this is one of the screenshots that I'm having on my account. Spam trigger. This is the original message from Outlook ESP saying this is an exact problem that caused like your reputation damage or that you landed in spam. This is the cause. This is the reason. This is the email template that has been affected. And my favorite one, how to resolve this problem. So we need to understand whether this is the content that triggered this kind of problem or a mailbox or domain related thing. And we need to fix the issue based on the identified cause, which is, again, pretty obvious, I'm totally sure. So, for example, here we can see an example when my, I guess, the email template of my affected. So you need to, first of all, rewrite the template, add the new template to start warming up. Wait until it shows at least 99% of inbox placement inbox placement, but it should be done with a tool that you can rely on. Because a lot of tools, unfortunately, they just show the stats. Like a lot of customers are coming and saying, Kate, the tool shows us that we have 100% inbox placement rate, but 10% of my customers saying that they found my email in spam. So this is what I'm, kind of troubles with this. After that, you need to add this template to your sending tool, the one that has been warmed up for at least, for example, 7 days. And you can start sending small volumes. We recommend starting with 10 emails per day. Then you can gradually increase the volume as performance improves. This is the safest way not to burn your mailboxes and not to start landing more and more in spam folders. So this is the step-by-step approach. And this is what we also use internally at Foldly. We can go to the next slide. This is my favorite one. Key benchmarks to follow. I'm gonna give you some of the key benchmarks that we're giving to our customers, but not if they have some kind of warm-up tool that is not Foldly, but the benchmarks that they can rely on while having Foldly's warm-up. So talking about new mailboxes, which are brand new with a zero reputation, right? So let's imagine you have just bought those. So automatic warm-up starts at 20 emails per day, and it gradually increases up to 200. This is for brand new mailboxes, and I'm talking about warm-up. In the same time, by the way, it can take up to 7 to 10 days to grow from 20 to 200. And I would say that your mailboxes are going to be fully ready to start doing client-oriented outreach. During that time, you begin with 15 emails per day of your real outreach. You increase by adding 10 emails more each day. And then your target is 200 emails per day. Same goes with the mailboxes with the existing reputation. It starts with 100% inbox placement rate. This is very crucial because like if your reputation of the existing mailbox is less than 100, that the reputation has not been built correctly. So you can start warming up with 200 emails per day immediately. Then it'll take around 7 days for domain and content warm up. And then you can start client initiated outreach with 15 emails per day. And again, increase by 10 each day. And this is how you're going to get to 200 emails per day. I hope that was fruitful, at least. Now you understand how to get to 200 emails per day. Safe. This is a very important moment, safe. We can go to the next slide. Yeah, another very important moment, how to understand that this domain, for example, has been burned. It's like totally ruined. It's better, easier, safer, I don't know, cheaper, even cheaper to buy a new one. So when to create a new domain or IP? In this situation, if the domain doesn't recover from spam for more than 3 months, so 3+ months, so we recommend changing the domain. After that, important metrics to consider. For Outlook, very important. If our metrics on Inbox Insights, for example, show more than 20% in spam, it is actually an equivalent of 100% spam. So if we see, okay, it's only 20, we understand, okay, we should do something about that. That's around 100%. Just the same goes with the Google. So the same principle applies. Over 20% spam is considered as bad as 100% spam. And the key takeaways, monitor your spam rates closely, especially for major providers like Outlook and G Suite. These are 80% of all the ESPs in the world, right? Don't wait too long to make change if you consistently hit in spam folders. We shouldn't wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Maybe something will change. Maybe, I don't know, something will change and that's going to be better. No, it's not going to be better, unfortunately. The 20% threshold is a critical point. So you need to treat it as seriously as would 100% spam placement. Yeah, I guess this is pretty much it. We have around 7 minutes for the Q&A session. Everyone, thank you very much for your questions. I see we have just a lot of those. I really hope that the information